Beerus is in a containment cell in the Great Celestial Prison, but he doesn't seem to be worried. His face is serious and his eyes look unimpressed. Could he have expected one day to end up here? Vegeta is restless in his cell, pacing back and forth, pounding the walls, and screams, "How dare you! How dare you leave me here, the great Vegeta, the prince of all Saiyans, in such a useless place! Damn it, damn it, damn it!" Vegeta is panting and his strength seems to be slowly diminishing. However, he cannot accept that he is now in prison. Vegeta continues pummeling the walls until he's dropped to his knees. He looks down at his hands and sees that they're shaking. Hey, how's it going? Just here to remind you to click the like button, subscribe here to the channel so you don't miss any videos, and stay well inside our entire universe of Dragon Ball. Let's go back to the point, shall we? When suddenly on the opposite side to the one he was on, a door is created, appearing in his cell. Some beings enter the place, beings covered in strange armor and energy shields. At this point, they begin to approach. Vegeta smiles and says, "Finally, someone showed up." With trembling legs, Vegeta gets up little by little, but he can barely stand up. He asks in disbelief, "What the hell is happening? My body is not moving. What's going on here?" One of the guards goes towards them and says, "Containment number 234, do not move." Vegeta mutters, "Don't talk to me like that, you bastard." And he tries to go for the guard. That with an energy stick hits the Saiyan, making him fall to the ground. The other two guards who are there approach, holding each one of his arms while connecting a device to his wrists. The guard says, "Release containment." And a sound emitted and the guards let go of his arms. However, gigantic handcuffs made of some kind of unknown technology are formed. They pulled against each other, causing Vegeta's arm to become trapped behind his back. Vegeta stands up with his hands behind him, getting to his knees as the guards stand in front of him. The guard bends down, looking deep into Vegeta's arms and says, "I want to see you keep punching the walls now, you bug." The guards leave the cell and the door disappears. Vegeta is furious. The veins on his forehead are studied. The Saiyan uses as much strength as he possibly can. He is trying to get rid of the handcuffs, but it seems to be impossible. Vegeta falls to the side with his arms trapped and cannot free himself. Meanwhile, Beerus is calm, just watching everything around him. Beerus starts to think, "Yeah, it's been a long time since I've been in this place, but it seems like I'm the prisoner this time." Goku continues talking to Wolf, who explains everything to him about how things work there. But at that moment, a door opens inside his cell and Goku needs to leave. Everyone goes to a huge room, which would be the cafeteria. Countless prisoners gather there. However, a good part is held in a handcuff similar to the one that Vegeta had been held on, and are accompanied by guards who take them trapped in a kind of containment capsule. Wolf explains to Goku that those are prisoners who don't accept being trapped there, so this way they can be controlled. Goku laughs and says, "I hope Vegeta doesn't get aggressive, or he's not going to end up winning all of these. Knowing his temperament, this will probably happen." Looking to the sides, Goku sees Vegeta trapped in the containment pod. Goku is embarrassed because he had just talked about it. Goku approaches Vegeta. At this time, prisoners can interact with each other. This is one of the only moments that interaction is allowed. In this way, they can change their routine a little and have some time so they don't end up going crazy. Upon getting close to Vegeta, Goku says, "Hey, Vegeta, are you alright? We have to find a way to get out of this place. In the meantime, stay calm so we can think of something." Goku looks around and is in for an unexpected surprise. Goku manages to see Beerus, who apparently was already getting used to it. Beerus has a flag in his hand. With a strange Goroba, Beerus approaches a table and sits down. Goku raises his hand and yells, "Mr. Beerus! Mr. Beerus! I found you!" Beerus is embarrassed. Everyone looks at them. And Goku approaches. "Wow, that's a nasty food, isn't it?" "If we intend to remain strong, we cannot go without food, even if that food sucks." "Yeah, you're right." At this moment, the two start to eat, the three start talking. Goku talks about the prison tournament, and Beerus says that he already knew about such an event. Goku asks, "But that's it, Lord Beerus. Are you going to participate?" Beerus places his hand on Goku's shoulder and says, "Unfortunately, there is no other way out of this place. Then I will participate. It's just a pity for you, because you will never defeat me." Goku smiles and sarcastically responds, "That's what we'll see." Time passes and everyone returns to their cells. Goku then decides to train a little. After all, it was his only chance to get out of there. Goku starts throwing punches and kicks in the air to improve his physical abilities. Wolf, who was also a great warrior, upon hearing the sound of Goku's training, decides to accompany him. With every move of Goku, Wolf was still mirroring him. They were training their physical skills as the fighting in this prison would be hand-to-hand, and so they remained training for hours. And several days pass. At this point, Vegeta has already calmed down. Goku has already talked to him and he's already aware of the tournament. Vegeta is in his cell, but now he's free of his shackles because he had decided to get stronger and participate in the event so that he could get out of there as soon as possible. In another corner of the arena, we see Hades, an ancient deity from another universe who, due to his virtually limitless power, was prized there. This was also his chance to leave. Hades was a god who didn't care about mortals' cruel ambitions and dreamed of becoming the supreme deity. But now he was just another prisoner in the heavenly prison, where his decisions were all controlled. Some time passes inside Goku's room on a panel attached to the wall. A message appears written in the Great Celestial Prison Tournament will start soon. In a few days, everyone be prepared for the selection. All the fights will be decided through a selection that would happen to divide who would be the warriors to participate in the event. Goku was excited, and at that very moment, he runs towards the wall, saying, "Wolf, Wolf, it's about to begin. I can't contain my excitement. Soon, the great tournament of the Celestial Prison will begin." Wolf then responds, "Don't get too excited. Before we are selected, we will have to be chosen. And in this case, it could be that we're enemies. And obviously, I won't let you beat me." Goku clenches his fists and say, "Come with everything against me, because I won't hold back." At this moment, we can see a little of the story of Wolf in the past. He was a very skilled warrior. A great warrior who fought to become stronger among everything. He had gone through difficult times in his life. He had to leave his family and friends behind, and he stopped believing in everything he believed in so that he could only believe in his strength. Wolf began to follow the great deity of his universe and fight his battles in order to achieve his ambition. But at a certain point, Wolf was betrayed, and a long time later he was judged in this prison, the Celestial Prison. So his story continues until the days of today. The great tournament in the Celestial Prison was similar to the tournament on Earth, where each warrior would face each other. So his world would be eliminated, advancing to the next stage, and each day that passes, this tournament got closer and closer. At this very moment, we learned that there will be numerous prisoners participating. Some ancient deities, some unknown beings, extremely powerful warriors. It is an event in which all universe exists. A large audience, some judges, hundreds of thousands of guards around a large arena where every warrior fights. One against one. All types of skills are allowed except energy skills or any other weapon. There are only melee fights where the winner is really the strongest. No matter what happens to the warriors, if the warrior is not eliminated and dies inside the arena, was simply disqualified, thus losing the fight. This is the biggest tournament in the entire multiverse. Goku, Vegeta, Beerus, and Wolf. There will be a big challenge on their way. They could be enemies and face each other at some point, and from now on, the future is uncertain. And everything will start now. The great day of confrontation between all the prisoners of the Celestial Prison approaches. Beerus is meditating in his cell and doing simulated combats in his mind. This being a visualization technique so that he can train and reach his full potential. In his mind, his enemies are seen in the worst possible scenario with their minds level on a maximum. Vegeta is doing push-ups and sit-ups so he can train his body to the maximum. We see the sweat pouring down his body and hear the same count. 6,894, 6,895, 6,896, 6,897. And the count goes on and on. Vegeta intends to maximize his powers by training his body to unimaginable limits. Meanwhile, Goku is just sitting in front of the screen with a message that the selection of participants will begin soon. Goku was so anxious that he couldn't train. He was extremely anxious as he watched. We could see his eyes twitching and his hands tense from the weight. At that moment, we can hear Wolf's voice saying, "Hey, Son Goku. You seem to be very excited. Son Goku!" Goku still doesn't respond a thing. Silence. At this moment, Wolf screams, "Hey, Son Goku, are you there?" And Goku is startled to hear looking at the side of the wall. Goku is embarrassed, puts his hands behind his head and says, sorry man, I was waiting for this message to change. I was a little distracted." Wolf then responds, "Looks like you're pretty focused, isn't it, Son Goku?" "I thought I would be looking forward to you in an amazing person." Goku starts laughing. Suddenly a beep is listened. Goku quickly looks at the panel and there was written, "Everyone go to the main room." At this moment, Goku starts to smile. He raises his fist and screams, "I finally get to meet them!" "We're going to meet the strongest criminals of all universes." A door opens on the side of each cell and everyone makes their way through floating corridors to their appointed location. This time they are not being escorted by even a guard. We see a being called a Pisk looking around and doesn't even see a guard and thinks, "This is a great opportunity for me to get out of here." At this moment, Pisk jumps from his platform and before he could imagine, he is simply disintegrated. A few minutes later, we can see a large open space where countless prisoners are gathered. Above them, we see the warden of the prison, the one everyone knew as the Great Executioner with a microphone in front of him. He looks around. Hundreds of thousands of guards gather. They would be the audience. At this point, the Great Executioner then starts to say, "Oh, you multiversal scum, know damn well why you're here today. Because today, we will start the selection of the 24 warriors who will fight for freedom. Bring the strength meter, and all the prisoners position yourselves, one next to the other so we can start as soon as possible." Everyone starts to form a huge line while some guards bring a gigantic machine with a huge panel attached to it. The prison warden jumps towards the ground and lands in front of the prisoners. Walking back and forth, he starts to explain. "Each of you will come closer. When you get in front of the machine, use all your strength in one punch. And the platform right there will define whether or not you will Each of you will get closer. When you get in front of the machine, be sure to use all your strength in one punch. And the machine meter will define whether or not you will be able to participate in the tournament. The criteria are as follows. As you can see, the strength level is rated from 1 to 10. To become a participant, the minimum of your punch must reach, and the number 9 who goes below that will not have the chance to participate." Goku watched with a serious look. Wolf, who is at his side, asks, "So, does Goku still think it's going to be that easy?" Goku responds, "I don't know. I didn't understand anything of what he just said." Wolf puts his hand in his face and mutters, "Dude, you're such an idiot. He said, just punch there. If you're strong enough, you will participate. If not, you won't." Goku makes a fist and slams it against his other hand and says, "Oh, now I understand." Wolf laughs. "You really are a figure, Goku." Vegeta and Beerus are on the other side and are already starting to feel excited. Vegeta will fist and say in a low voice, "This is my chance to face you for real, Kakarot." Beerus just smiles. Everyone is excited. The prison warden then says, "Let's start! One at a time! You approach and strike the machine. Deliver your best blow." Suddenly, a gigantic being covered in muscles, with an extremely monstrous aura approaching. With each step of the monster, the ground starts to shake. The gigantic monster then says, "It's just right here, right?" With shaky legs, the director says, "Yes, and just throw your best punch." The gigantic then puts his support foot back, raises his fist, takes momentum, and delivers an incredibly powerful punch. An extremely loud sound is created when the blow hits the machine, stamped on the screen, and a few moments after the punch's number changed, being changed to number 3. Everyone is surprised. The punch had been extremely strong, but he only reached number 3, so the giant would not be prepared for the tournament. The great director said, "Take him to his cell. He won't participate." At this moment, everyone is tense. No matter how easy the selection seemed, everyone noticed that it would be much more difficult than they imagined. Wolf looks on with a smile on his face. After that, several prisoners tried. However, after more than 40 candidates tried to show their strength, Not one had managed to reach even 5 points. That way, we still didn't even have a classified prisoner to participate. At this moment, a presence takes over the place. A being slowly walks with a sadistic look on his face. That was Hatsu, an ancient god of destruction who, after neglecting his work, he had been deposed from his position, and by attacking his angel, he was sent to this prison. That was an ex-deus. That was the next god of destruction, a very powerful. Slowly approaches the machine, calmly prepares and just touches the tip of his index finger on the attack platform. The numbers go up, quickly locking on number 9. He had been approved. This would be the first prisoner to be ready for the tournament. Several prisoners around swallow dry. Some murmurs are heard, and some say, "This is absurd." The level required to be in the tournament is simply unimaginable. The next prisoner approaches, and again, he doesn't even reach 5 points. And so many were striking and being eliminated. We only had one classified so far, until a few moments a mysterious being arrives with white hair, known as an Angel of Discord. Known by everyone there. After all, he was one of the angels that accompanied a god of destruction. But after rebelling, he eliminated his god of destruction and began to wander alone, destroying his universe almost completely. The angel approaches and strikes. The number advances quickly, reaching 9.2. We have one more approved. These studs are awesome, incredibly powerful beings. Wolf looks at Goku and says, "Do you still think you have a chance? If you want to fight in the tournament, you need to roll a higher number than you move. Otherwise, you won't even have the chance to fight against me." Goku responds, "Are you sure you can face me? I'll be so confident." Wolf answers, "I'm looking forward to it." At this moment, it was Wolf's turn to be tested. He says to Goku, "See you soon in the room where those who got a spot will be." Wolf approaches the machine, closes his eyes. He calmly brings his fist back and throws a punch. An extremely powerful punch that even managed to dislodge the machine. Some feelings from the place. The first participant to reach 10 points is immediately approved. Goku smiles and says, "So he really is very strong. Very good. I'm next." Goku's turn to be tested finally arrives, and now we will see the outcome of this selection. To be continued. Will Goku be able to rank? Regardless of what it is more than important that you already expose it here in your comments so that we can enter into that crazy debate. Click the like button, subscribe here to the channel so you don't miss any videos. And that's it for today. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.